On the long-delayed Jammu and Kashmir railway project, NDTV has learned that the Railway Board has rejected recommendations of the Sridharan committee appointed by the Delhi High Court to review the current alignment of tracks, which has raised serious safety concerns. So is the Railways covering up its initial planning mistakes? The Delhi High Court will hold a crucial review today of the ambitious project.
The country's most ambitious railway project in the Himalayas, the Udhhampur-Baramulla or the Kashmir rail link on the wrong track, according to experts. NDTV has learned the Railway Board this week rejected the E. Sridharan committee report, which in a scathing indictment raised serious issues of safety and escalating cost of the current track being built by the railways. This despite the fact that the Sridharan committee appointed by the Delhi High Court and headed by the former Delhi Metro chief gave an overwhelming endorsement to build a new, straight and safer link. While the existing track snakes its way around 5 major faults and slopes, the alternate straight alignment between Katra and Banihal, which was first proposed in 2007 by Alok Verma, a railway engineer, is shorter by almost 36 kilometers. The new alignment also proposes dual tracks, which would be crucial in case of cave-ins or evacuation. It also places bridges nearer the floor of the valley, making it easier to rebuild in case of damage during conflict or natural calamity, making the route much safer. The Sridharan committee says that the present alignment would not survive and raises concerns about the proposed arch bridge across the Chenab.
Railway doesn't want to take a decision. It is because I think the people in general are afraid that how will they modify their own decisions which they had recommended or proposed long back. But I think they should get over that and not play with country's money as has happened.
The rail link scheduled for completion in 2007 is lagging by 8 years and is massively over budget. From the initial 1,500 crores, it's expected to cost over 20,000 crores. Interestingly, even the CAG in its 2012 report found that there was a failure to carry out complete and due diligence in the process. The official audio of the railway officers' brainstorming session reveals that several senior officers were all too aware of the problem, but perhaps unwilling to admit mistakes openly.
Do you want to go back and tell him, sir, as he is a national project, he will have to be consulted, the cabinet will have to be consulted. Will you go and tell that, sir, we made a serious mistake? Can you afford to say this? This organization has a legacy of 150 years.
According to the 2014-15 Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, the lack of planning of the Jammu rail link by the railways has resulted in losses of more than 3,258 crores and has asked the ministry to fix responsibility. But with the Railway Board closing ranks, it's perhaps once again going to be up to the courts to salvage the project.
Court ka matter hai. The matter is the court.
Many experts in the Railway Ministry have admitted that there were problems in the initial planning of the project. But the big question is, will the top leadership of the railways finally have enough courage to admit that there were problems so as to finally get the project back on track? In New Delhi, Siddharth Pandey for NDTV.